As always, playing around with obviously helping you guys figure out if everything is legit on your shoe, and especially with these really bad authentication videos that have been coming up from eBay and from StockX. And I'm like, my gosh, man, why are they putting these videos out here that are not very good? Not very good at all. But this is the Heritage, which a lot of people are customizing because it looks so similar to the Bred colorway, and you can just paint it and you basically get a Bred colorway. So a lot of people are customizing it, but then it has a white tongue versus, and then you know what, you can spray the nylon. So the guys that are customizing, they're even spraying the tongue. That's a lot of tape work, but I get it. That's what everybody's attracted to, is the Bred colorway of the Jordan 1. This one isn't doing as well as other Jordan 1s that like take off and resell, and that's great because you can get them below retail on StockX right now, and that's surprising. But it's $170. But this is the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. The style code 555088161. The color is white, university red, and black. The UPC, the last three, 287. There's a 14 at the end. I won't give the rest of it. You can see your chip through the box. One of the first things you always do is look at the grain on the box. In a lot of the fakes, the boxes will have lines in them. You can actually see literally lines in the boxes. And the paint is not very smooth. Here you get a really smooth, flat Air Jordan 1 box. It's actually better constructed than the black and red boxes. All right. You also have your QC stamp always in the top of your lid. Make sure you're on point with your QC stamp. I'm going to sit this down, and I'm actually going to angle that real quick. Since I've read the label to you guys and you can see it, I'm going to go inside to check out my tag and give you the QC stamp that's in the inside here. That's B22011807N. So that's 011822. 011822, 011822. My size label, small code is XC. That's made in China. Dates of production 11/03/21 to 01/03/22. I said 01/22, 01/18/22. That's perfect for a January release. The QC stamp is less than, 4 weeks away, man, and that's perfect on that note. So we go back and we look at the shoe. And one of the QC checks that they did in one of the videos, they were talking about the width or the V shape of the shoe. That's one of the ways you can check it out and figure out if something's legit. But one of the things that they overlooked when looking at the different shoes is the shoestring packs. On the Jordan 1, when you get these shoestrings packs, even though these are kind of bowed out, you see how the shoestrings are bowed out a little bit? What you still have is a really tight bag. A really tight bag for both of those extra shoestrings. So you got a black shoestring, white shoestring, red shoestring. And I'll do my touch test when we get closer up on this in the close-up, but you do have a tumbled leather that's at the toe on the swoosh and around the collar at the top. But let's, I think we hit all of those different points. We're good to go. We know that we can see our little chip underneath our label. There's no price tag. We won't look at that as far as the perforations anymore. We don't mess around with that, trying to say that's a part of QCing. We don't worry about that. I will see if I can pull the insole out quickly, and you can take the insole out very easily. It's not glued down in the Air Jordan 1. It is a white insole with Nike Air on it, but a lot of the details, if you're trying to catch a shoe, you can immediately, this is one of my favorite things. Let me take this, throw this box top back on top. It's this kind of rock test. A lot of the fakes, the last on it and the board that they use, the strobel that they put in the shoe, it makes the shoe round up. So you'll get a bounce when you touch the back of the shoe. And you'll see on this authentic model, you don't have that bounce at the back of the shoe. You will have a little bit of a bounce at the front. But on the fakes, I've seen these fakes, and they are literally bowed like a bowl. All right? Let's get to this close-up so you guys can see this. And I can do a little bit of a comparison with the Jordan 1 Fly Ease, which is a completely different shoe. It's a high, but it's not a high OG. It's made for other able people. And I just want to show you what the leather is like on this in comparison to the high LG. Close up. All right, so we got our Jordan 1 Heritage, and it looks exactly like the Bred colorway around this collar and at the heel, except for the all white. And that all white has created the situation where people are passing on this model. They shouldn't be. I think it looks very good. It looks like it fits right in the time of Michael Jordan. But here is our little touch test, and you can see how the leather is a little bit better than it is on the mid. It's a little bit more premium leather, but here on the side, it feels like a PU. It is not very soft. All right, but you do have an easier break-in, I'm sure, because of the softness of the leather that's on the toe box. All right, so I do want you to see that it's a little bit more tumbled around the collar and the Jordan Wings logo. So if you needed to look at it and compare it with yours, then you can. But I'm going to turn this, put these together, and one of the things that V, that is a good kind of fine, because on some shoes you do have the shoes a little bit, the knockoffs, they're not as wide at the back when you look at them straight on from the back. But when you look at the stitching isn't even consistent on these shoes. So you're not looking at this primarily to try to figure out something is a knockoff, man. I would always tell you to go to the label. And if you have to, peel that label back so you can see the chip. But the good thing with a white box is you can see the chip under the label. And that makes things a lot easier. All right. So let me give you a look at this side with the medial. Drop that back with the shoestrings. Now I'm going to move this back a little bit, and I'm going to bring up the flyes and touch that as well so you can see if there's a little bit of a flex. And you can see a little bit of a flex, but this is not the best leather. When people say that the Jordan 1 High or the Jordan 1 Flyes or OG and all of these have great leather, it's not that great. It's really smooth, slippery. There's no real texture to it. Doesn't mean it's not cool, and we all like the shoes, but we do have a Jumpman versus Nike Air on the high LG. But I'm going to wrap that up and move on to the next shoe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.